for the blowing of the shofar. Allah, Yahweh, we give Yahweh all praise. We give him all the praise. We give him all the glory in this house, in this place. We are coming to the end of our Feast of Booths, our Feast of Tabernacles, and our ingathering. As the Bible teaches us that in the ingathering, it is a time to be refreshed. It is a time for joy, because it is the end of our agricultural year. It is the end of the planting and the growth of many of the livestock, many of the vegetables, many of the things that the earth produces that gives us vitamins and minerals and nutrients. Those things, they even have a cutting off point. Yahweh gives everything a cutting off point. So today I just want to straighten out why some people are saying that this is 5779. Why some people are saying that this is a new year. It is the beginning of the high holy days of Yahweh, which Yom Teruah started that. The blowing of the trumpet, the day of the blast, the day of the shout is what that is. And if you really want to know what Yom Teruah is saying, then you really would need to go to Yochanan, John, the 14th chapter and verse 2. And in John, to let you know what is being said, because Yeshua cannot say anything of his own. He cannot bring any addition to the Bible. He does not bring. He does not come to take away. He comes to do one thing. He comes to fulfill, which means to show that every yod and every tah in this book shall be done. You call it every jot and every tittle, but every yud, the smallest, from the smallest to the top, to the last, to the least, it shall be done. And the Bible says, let not your heart be troubled. You that believe in Yah, believe also in me. Believe also in the word. The Bible says, in my Father's house are many tabernacles. Yeah. In my Father's house are many booths. There are many booths in my Father's house. There are many tabernacles in my Father's house. Partially you'll see. If it were not so, I would have told you. I go to prepare place what? I go to prepare a booth. I go to prepare a tabernacle with your name on it. I go to prepare that for you. And if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again and receive you unto myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And whether I go, you know, and the way you know. And whether I go, you know, you understand, and the way you know. This is the way. This is the path. The path is through the feast days. The path is through the high holy days of Yahweh. The path is not Christmas. The path is not Thanksgiving. The path is not Easter. The path is not Labor Day, Memorial Day. The path is not Halloween. That's not the path. Those are things that have been made up. If you will turn with me in your Bibles to Exodus chapter 34, we'll straighten out something that needs to be straightened out. I'm in a little bit of pain, so I won't be before you long, because I'm still in a little bit of pain. So Exodus, did I say Exodus or Deuteronomy? Exodus, all right, Exodus. Perfect. Exodus 34. Exodus 34. And let us examine verse 12. The Bible declares, take heed to thyself. 34 and 12. Take heed to thyself, lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land whither thou goest, lest it be for a snare in the midst of thee. But ye shall destroy their altars, break down their images, and cut down their groves. For thou shalt worship no deity, for Yahweh, whose name is jealous, is a jealous source, power, El. He's a jealous El. Listen to the book, verse 15. Lest thou make a covenant with the inhabitants of the land, and they go a-whoring after their deities, and do sacrifice unto their deities, and one call thee, and thou eat of his sacrifice, and thou take of their daughters unto thy sons, and their daughters go a-whoring after their deities, and make thy sons go a-whoring after their mighty ones, after their deities. Listen, stay with me. Thou shalt make thee no molten images, no molten deities. Here we go. The feast of unleavened bread thou shalt keep 7 days. Thou shalt eat unleavened bread as I commanded thee in the time in the month of Abib. For the month of Abib thou camest out of Israel. All that openeth the matrix is mine, and every firstling among thy cattle, whether ox or sheep, that is male. But the firstling of ass thou shalt redeem with a lamb. It means you got to swap it out with a lamb. Swap out with a lamb. And if thou redeem him not, then shalt thou break his neck. All the firstborn of thy sons thou shalt redeem, and none shall appear before me empty. 6 days thou shalt work, but on the 7th day thou shalt rest. Listen, in earing time, what is earing time? Planting time, what is earing time? It says, and in harvest thou shalt rest. What y'all was saying, no matter because y'all got a crop out there, y'all still have to take y'all Sabbath day. Because what they were trying to do, they were trying to work 7 days a week. They were trying to plant 7 days a week. And y'all was like, no, that's not how y'all gonna get it. Y'all not gonna get it by how much y'all plant or how much y'all reap. Y'all gonna get it by how y'all obey my commandments. That's how you're going to get it. That's how you're going to come by what I have for you, is through obeying me. and obeying my word, my voice, my command. I'm in control. I'm the commander. I am the one, Yahweh. I alone am Yahweh. There is none beside me. For I am your source. For I am the power of Abraham, Isaac, and your code. It is me. It is Yah. It is me alone. There is no other. I know no other. There cannot be any other. Listen to what the Bible says in verse 22. And thou shalt observe the feast of weeks, of the first fruits of the wheat harvest, and the feast of ingathering at the year's end. This is where we get the problem. This is where we run into the problem. As we can see, there are several things that are happening here. Let's sort them out. Observe the feast of what? The feast of booths, weeks. Observe the feast of booths. Okay? Observe of the you have an observation of the first fruits of the wheat harvest and the feast of ingathering at the end of the year. So what is he saying? Yahweh is saying that at the end of the year, I have an agricultural deadline. Yahweh have deadlines. Man don't deal with deadlines. We already know that. Yahweh has a deadline. And Yahweh is saying that, listen, I'm calling it ingathering because if y'all don't go out and gather these things, y'all staple, and bring y'all staple in for the winter, then y'all might starve to death. Because I'm not bearing any fruit in the winter. Because now what's going to come forth is my winter time is coming. We've already gone through spring, summer. So where we going next? Fall, winter. So Yahweh saying fall is upon you. Fall is upon you. And then winter is next. So Yahweh is preparing us again to prevail. He's preparing us to be ahead of the game. Yahweh is always 1,000 steps ahead of mankind. So when Yahweh says, listen, I got the first fruits of the wheat harvest and the feast of ingathering at the year's end. So let's touch this and let's see where we get off, where people are getting off. This is not the end. This is not the end of the civil year. This is not the end of the biblical calendar year. This is the end of the biblical agricultural year. I want y'all to get this because I want y'all to turn in your Bibles to Exodus chapter 12. Just back up. Exodus chapter 12. Back up. Exodus chapter 12. Let's read Exodus chapter 12, verses 1 and 2. And Yahweh spoke unto Moshe and Aaron, and in the land of Mizraim, saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning. What does beginning mean? That's the first thing we need to establish. What does beginning mean? What does beginning mean? What does beginning mean to you? What does beginning mean for you? What does it mean? Because a lot of people, beginning may mean the end to them. It may mean the end. So the Bible is saying, this month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Let's look at verse 3. Look at verse. I just want to stop right there. I'm going to stop right there. So I'm going to stop there. He said that this is the beginning of the months. This is when my year begins, because a year begins with month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 4. Now, I want you to look over at Deuteronomy 31. Look over to Deuteronomy 31. Go over to Deuteronomy 31. Deuteronomy 31. And 31 and 9. 31 and 9. And Moshe wrote this law and delivered it unto the priests, the sons of Levi, which bear the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, and unto all the elders of Israel. And Moshe commanded them, saying, at the end of every 7 years, okay, in the solemnity of the years, which means set time, in the set time of the year of release, in the feast of tabernacles. So I want to teach something on this. I want y'all to go back, and I want y'all to look at Deuteronomy verses 15 and 1. Go back to Deuteronomy 15. I want to show you something. This is what creditors are doing, and this is why creditors sell your information to other creditors, because by law, they have to do a 7-year release. Chapter 15, at the end of every 7 years, thou shalt make a release. But the Bible doesn't tell you when. I just told y'all when you're supposed to make the release. You're supposed to make the release in the Feast of Tabernacles, is when you are to make this release. Let us read a little more. It says, and this is the manner of the release. Every creditor that lendeth aught unto his neighbor shall release it. He shall not exact of it his neighbor or his brother, because it is called Yahweh's release. Are y'all hearing me? This is the importance of knowing the feast days. This is the importance of people telling you that things are not done away. Things are telling you things are done away, that the Old Testament is done away. I know it's true because I have been released from many debts, because this is the belief system that I occupy. Listen to me. When I have a belief system, I don't have a system of belief. I have a system of occupation. I occupy that word. I occupy that system. You understand me? See, I'm not one who just goes around and just talks to talk. Just talk, run your mouth, can run scripture. No, I occupy it. I stand in that place. I stand in that verse, that I may pick up all the residual things of that blessing, all the residual things of that place that Yahweh says be. In that place is the high expectancy. There is an expectation in a place where Yahweh tells you to be every year on his feast days. That's why every Sunday they go to church and say, oh, we finna have a high time. Oh, the spirit of our source is going to be high. You'll hear people say, oh, the spirit sure was high today. Oh, he showed up and showed out today. That's what we feel during these high holy days of Yahweh. That's what we feel. Not only during his high holy days, but that's what we feel every Shabbat. That's what we feel every week. Because when somebody in your family dies, And y'all say that they was going to heaven. No, they going to their booth. No, they going to their tabernacle. Because Yeshua promised them that I was going to go prepare a booth. I was going to go prepare a tabernacle. Yes. Because in my Father's house, there are many tabernacles and there are many booths to be occupied. It's what Yeshua was stating. And once somebody transitions, it's a funny thing how when they transition, they enter into the shalom of Yahweh. When they transition, they enter into the what? To the peace of Yahweh. Oh, it's for the Father. They enter into the rest, to the Shabbat, the Sabbath. They enter into the Shabbat, shalom of Yahweh. They begin to rest. They begin to rest up. They begin to be mounted up with wings of eagles. And Yahweh began to cover them as a mother hen covers her chicks. They begin to be taken care of. They begin to find out that there's no fear, and there's no more crying, and there's no more tears, and there's no more robbery, and there's no more rape, there's no more lies, there's no more extortion, there's no more pedophilia, there's no more homosexuality. Yeah, y'all ain't liking this path. You ain't liking this straight and this narrow path. Because it's a straight and it's a narrow path. Path ain't wide and broad where you can turn right and you can turn left. No, my Bible says turn not to the left, son. I turn not to the right. But stay ye on the path. For my path is straight and few there be that find it. Wide and broad is the path that leads to destruction, and many there be that find it. You'll find it. That will find it. Listen to the book. So we just went over where the release took place, where the release, it takes place. It takes place. Let's look at Deuteronomy chapter 16 while we're in Deuteronomy. Let's look at 16. Let's look at 16. Because we want to straighten out this when the biblical year starts, when the biblical year ends, when the agricultural year starts, when the agricultural year ends. What does Deuteronomy 16:1 say? Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto Yahweh thy Abba, for in the month of Abib, Yahweh thy Abba brought thee forth out of Mizraim, Egypt by night. Is that what the Bible says, or is that not what the Bible says? I believe that's what the Bible says. Now, I had to be careful here because I'm going to read something to you. We're going to jump over to verse. We're going to go over to verse. Let's go to verse. Where we want to go? Let's go to verse 13. Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days. You see that? It says 7 days. After that, thou hast gathered in the corn, that's your ingathering, and thy wine, and thou shalt rejoice. So this is the party time. This is the good time right here. This is the party time. This the party time. This time not like Passover. Passover not for party. Passover not for rejoicing. Passover is for tears and murmuring and crying, fasting and ripping your clothes and throwing ashes on your head and you put on your sackcloth, your sackcloth. That's what Passover for. Passover ain't a time for fancy garments. That's not a time for fancy garments and Pesach and unleavened bread. That's not the time. This is your time. This is your time to cast. This is your time to celebrate. This is your time. This is your season. This is it. Your ingather, you don't work, so Yahweh rewards you. It says, verse 14, and thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son and thy daughter and thy manservant and thy maidservant and the Levite, the stranger, the fatherless, the widow that are within thy gates. 7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto Yahweh thy Abba in the place which Yahweh shall choose. Because Yahweh thy Abba shall bless thee in all thy increase and in all the works of thy hands. Therefore thou shalt surely rejoice. So it's saying that Yahweh has a release in this time. The next part that I wasn't going to read, I'm going to read it also. I'm going to read verse 16. 3 times in a year shall all males appear before Yahweh thy Abba in the place which he should choose, in the feast of unleavened bread, in the feast of weeks, and the feast of tabernacles. And they shall not appear before Yahweh empty. Every man shall give as he is able, according to the blessing of Yahweh thy Abba, which he have given thee. And I see when I first started, sleep, forgive me, when I first started with the Feast of Weeks, and in gathering, I botched it. So sleep on that. And I thank the Ruach for showing it to me. But the Bible says that these are the 3 times that we are definitely. He's not saying these are the only times. He's saying these are the 3 times outside of all the other times that you definitely come before Yahweh with your offering. Okay, if you don't believe in offering, then that's your business. If you don't believe there's any priest left, that's your business. And not in the business of arguing. I'm in the business of seeing the move of Yahweh. I've not only seen the move of Yahweh, I'm in a place in my life right now where I am the move of Yahweh. I am how Yahweh moves in certain times and in certain areas. And until you come to that belief system that you are no longer looking, that you have become the word of Yah, then now you are beginning to transcend, and now you are beginning to leave the desires and the things of this world behind you. Because in order to be called the move of Yahweh, all eyes are on me. All people watching me. People watch me all the time around here. They say I'm watching them, and they really watching me because they want to see what I'm doing. They want to see who I'm talking to and what I'm talking about, and they just want to see. They want anything they can get on me, but they ain't been able to get nothing on me in 7, 8 years. They still think they can get something on me, so I just let them continue to do what they do. I don't worry about what people are doing. You just have to understand that no, I am the move of Yah. I am the word of Yah. You might be the only Bible somebody ever open up. You might be the only Bible somebody ever hear. So that's why you can say that, look, I am the move of Yah today. Yah is using me in such a way today. I am the word of Yah. Yah is bringing a word out of me, such a word out of me today. I never go anywhere looking for anything. I never go looking for the Spirit. You know why? Because we are a card. If Yeshua said that if I'm in you, Yahweh, and you in me, and I'm in them, and they in me, that we are card, why should I go look for anything outside of this vessel? Why? What am I looking for? What am I looking for? I'm looking for power. I'm looking for strength. What I'm looking for money. Or what I'm looking for friendship. Anything that I find outside in this material world, this material place of matter, I must possess it within first. if I don't possess it within, I wouldn't even recognize it when I see it out there in the material world. Do you understand me? That's the problem with a lot of people right now in relationships and a lot of people in marriages. People talking about they want to be in relationships and they talking about they want to be married, but a lot of people don't love themselves. A lot of people don't know how to love. A lot of people don't know how to receive love. So when true love comes, guess what? They don't know how to receive it. They don't know what it is. So here go another relationship that was a perfect relationship. It was a perfect place. It was a perfect relationship for you. But because you did not possess it within yourself, that's why Yahweh keep rehearsing these feast days, because Yahweh wants us to possess these feast days within self. He wants to possess these feast days within us. He wants us to possess the Passover in us, Pesach, unleavened bread in us, first fruit offering in us, Shavuot in us, Yom Teruah in us, Yom Kippur in us. He wants us, the ingathering, Feast of Tabernacles, ingathering. He wants these things to be within us and not things that are outside of us, because we are connected to the vine. We are connected to the vine. He is the vine. Are you connected to the vine today? Are you partaking of Yahweh's feast days because they are an inconvenience? They inconvenience you. They inconvenience your normal living, your normal day, your normal times of what you had planned, and what you had planned to do, because you have forgotten about the feast days of Yahweh. So now Yahweh begins to invade on your privacy now. Because now you got to tell people, no, I can't do it now because I'm in my high holidays, I'm in my feast days. And when I was with my mom and my sisters, and they was like, you know, well, when you leaving? I'm like, well, it'll probably be Thursday, because I got to observe my Sabbath, and I can't observe my Sabbath around you because y'all don't observe the Sabbath, so I got to go. Plus, I got Yom Teruah, and I got Yom Kippur, and I got the Feast of Tabernacles, ingathering I got to deal with, that they know nothing about, really, because they're not participants. They're not rehearsing the acts, okay? So they have no knowledge of it, okay? I not only have knowledge of it, I possess it. This is what I'm telling you. I occupy it. What I mean? Because I am the ingathering, right? When is Yahweh going to come gather at the end? What the Bible say he going to gather? Say he going to separate his tares from what? From the wheat. He said he going to separate the tares from the wheat. He said let them grow together. He said, no, don't y'all, Revelations 12:60, don't y'all do it. Don't go do it. He said, no, y'all let them grow together. Because he said, in the day I will do the separating. I will do the separating. So that's the difficulty that a lot of us that are Hebrew, and a lot of us that have come by way of becoming Israel, because you have come into the name of Yahweh, and you have come into the feast days, and you have come into the laws and the statutes and the commandments of Yahweh. So now you are no longer foreign. You are no longer a foreigner to Yahweh. You are to be treated one that is homeborn. That's what my Bible tells me. That's what my Bible says. Because nobody is trying to convert to a Hebrew. People are making the conversion to the laws, the statutes, and the commandments of Yahweh, which brings you to wealth. brings you to the foot of Mount Sinai to get the laws, the statutes, and the commandments. I was just trying to explain that Pentecost don't make no sense because Penta means 50. What's the 50? So I told him the 50 is we start counting the weeks after first fruits. And then that's when we wound up at the foot of Mount Sinai to receive the laws, the statutes, and the commandments. Say, oh, okay. I said, so Pentecost, I really can't tell you what it stands for. I can't really tell you what it stands for. Not true. Got the glasses. Because some things just don't make sense. Because the only reason they were in the upper room was why. The only reason that they got Yeshua was why. Because Yeshua had to go to the feast day. And as my wife was praying, y'all was saying to me, all y'all got to die. Yeshua had to die. Yeshua had to go and die himself so he could enter into me, spirit. So he could enter back into the spirit. You understand me? All of us gotta die. And the only way you can see y'all is you have to leave this carbon body and you have to enter back into the realm of the spirit to where it's called judgment. To where you have to go before Yahweh. And all your deeds and all the things that you said and done, you have to give an account for these things. I don't care what nobody tell you. Listen, you can't be Hebrew Monday and you're a Thug Tuesday. You can't be Israel Wednesday and you the Jackman Friday. You listen. You can't be a Kohan, a priest on Saturday, but Sunday you a fornicator. Sunday you use a what's the other word? Messing somebody's wife. Yeah, use an adulterer. It don't work that way. And I see too many people on too many of their pages, and I've told several people on Facebook, take Yahweh's name down off your page. Take his name down off you have too much vulgar content on your page to represent Yahweh. You have not went through a cleansing yet. Your mind, which people say heart, your heart, wholeheartedly, you have not been cleansed. You have too much hatred. You have too much doubt. You have too much arrogance. You have too many things going on inside of you to have Yahweh's name at the top of your page with all your vulgarness. You're going to hurt yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Because Yahweh ain't the name you want to play with. That's why the name wasn't, that's why those Israelis, they don't even want to say the name. They don't even want to say the name. They say Hashem, they made up a name. They say Adonai. Then you have some more folks say Jehovah. They made up names because the name is so sacred, so powerful, and carries so much weight. For you to have his name on your page, and then you got profanity. You got people on your page twerking and talking about doing this sexual act and talking about doing that sexual act, but you saying that you representing Yah. You can't represent Yah. And I know you're not partaking of Yahweh feast days. Because if you did, every year, a portion of your heart, your mind would die. It would die. Each year you go through this, you will go through a death and a resurrection. A death and a resurrection. A death and a resurrection. Each year. Until you were made whole. You all right? You will go through a death and a resurrection until you were made whole. But because you want to be so slickster, so many of you slicksters. I observe the Sabbath day. No, you don't. No, you don't. Because if you did, things will be changing in your life. And I'm not talking about money. I'm not talking about jobs. I'm talking about your mentality. How you treat people. How you talk to people. Do you understand me? How you treat and how you talk to people. How you respect people will begin to change. I look at men that's older than me. And I look at how they broadcast and how they bring forth the word of Yah. And that's not Yah. That's them. And now that's the books that they have read. Yeah, you have read many books. And yes, you have memorized. You have memorized certain quotes. You have memorized a lot of quotes. You have memorized the thoughts of other men. But you have not memorized the mind of Yah. You have not memorized the mannerisms. You have not memorized the theology. You have not memorized the love of Yah. Yes, yes. Because the love of Yah has to be displayed. Yes, yes. The love of Yah cannot be talked about. The love of Yah is an action. And if you love me, keep my commandments. For my commandments are not grievous. And my commandments, yeah, it may be a burden, but my burden is light and my yoke is easier than what you're going to go through when you out here dealing in this world on your own, in your own strength and in your own power. And I thank Yah, K-Bar, be unto Yah for showing me in my mortal body, pain and suffering in my mortal body to let me know that you have not yet arrived, son. There's still work for you to do, son. That's why you're going to experience pains in your body like other people experience pains in their bodies. You're going to go through things in your life like other people go through things in their life. I don't care because you stay in the sanctuary praying before me. I don't care because you fasted when I told you to fast. I don't care because you came to because you took part in my high holy day. No, that don't protect me. That does not protect me from being the image of Yah. From being the image of my Creator. That does not protect me from being His testimony. Me keeping His feast days does not protect me from being His testimony. It don't protect me from getting off of an operating table and saying, yeah, I made it too. I'm not offering y'all something that's not real. I'm offering y'all something today that's real. I'm offering y'all something today that you have to go through growing pains. You have to grow in pain. I'm offering you something today that everything ain't gonna always go your way. Everything ain't gonna always be like you want it to be. And if you think because you go to church that everything in your life gonna go the way you want to go, then you in for a rude awakening. I never teach that lie. I'm gonna teach you, yeah, you gonna go through some stuff. Yeah, it might be your granddaughter. Yeah, it might be your grandson. Yeah, it might be your great nephew. It might be your great niece. Yeah, it might be your sister. Yeah, it might be your brother. But I want you to remember this one thing. that we overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and the word of our testimony. The word of the testimony of Yahweh. We are testimony when we say that we no longer belong to ourselves. We have then become the testimony of Yahweh. You don't have no more control over the pain, over what goes on in your body. You can eat right. You can be a vegan. I know vegans that their kidneys have failed them. Vegetarians that have gotten sick to death. Don't eat no meat. Still got sick. Why? Because everybody gotta go through the book. It ain't about how righteous I am. Ain't about how good I am. It ain't about how obedient I am. It's about that I know, though he slay me.
Yes, yes.
Woo! Though he slay me. I know though he slay me.
Yes, yes.
Though he slay me. I know that Yah is my deliverer.
Yes, yes.
Yah is my savior. I know it's Meshach, Shadrach, and Abednego say that, yeah, though you slay me, if it be his will that we shall be delivered, then we shall be delivered. But I tell y'all, whatever you want, whatever you need, equip me that I may bring forth our Yahweh. Though he slay me, I shall trust. Me and my house shall trust in Yahweh. Though he slay me. So I don't stand here before you in this pulpit because things don't go wrong. Because I don't have aches and pains in my body. I ain't been in the pulpit because I had aches and pains in my body. That's not why I serve y'all. So I don't have aches and pains in my body. That's not why that's not the reason I serve y'all, so that I'm not troubled and that I'm not perplexed mentally sometimes. I serve him because he's able to straighten out when my mind is perplexed.
Yes, yes.
He's able to keep me when I don't want to be kept. While I serve y'all.
Yes.
When I first came to y'all, I just want to know one thing. Can you save me? Like you saving everybody else? Can you save me? That's all I want to know. I don't know nothing about your Bible. I don't know no Hebrew. I don't know no feast days. I don't know none of that. But I just want to know, can I live righteous? Can you take me as rotten as I am with all that I have done to mankind and humanity, for I should be dead? All I wanted to know was, could I be a righteous man? Because I knew I could be evil, mean, and wicked and nasty. But I wanted to know that that day, could you fix me? Can you fix me? If there's any part of me that you can use, is there any part of me, any gram, ounce of me that is salvageable? Can you use it? If you would you use it? See, when I came to Yahweh, I didn't come to Yahweh to learn Hebrew. I didn't come to Yahweh to parse. When I came to Yahweh, I wanted his intimacy. I needed to be held as a man. I needed to be touched as a man. I needed to be cared for as a man. I needed to feel protected as a man.
Yes, sir.
That's when I began to be broken. That's when I began to know what it was to be a man. Everything else is to know what it is to be a spirit, but what it is to be a human. I wanted to be a human that could obey the spirit of Yah. I wanted to be a human that could obey the word of Yah. Keep his word. That's what I wanted. I ain't want what y'all want. I ain't want the knowledge. I wasn't seeking knowledge. I wasn't seeking wisdom. I was seeking intimacy. Something that I couldn't get from their woman. That's what I was looking for. He led me to his name. He led me to his commandments. He led me to his high holy days. And my wife made a post. My wife said, before I knew anything about the Sabbath, I prayed and I worshiped. And that's what your post said, as I said it. You said before you knew anything about the Sabbath, the Shabbat Shalom of Yah, the peace, the rest and the peace of Yahweh. My wife said she knew praise and worship. She knew how to praise Him. She knew how to worship Him. I ain't know how to do that. How about that? I ain't know how to praise and worship Him. I still don't know church songs. I still don't know songs that Mahalia Jackson sang. I still don't know songs that the Clark sisters sang. I still don't know songs that the Williams brothers sang. But I know Yahweh. I know His intimacy. I know His heart. See, I know what matters to Yahweh. I know what's important to Yahweh. I know His feast days, and I know His laws and His statutes, and I know His commandments. I know they matter to Yahweh. So that's when I began to put myself to the task. And then He began to teach me Hebrew. He began to teach me a little Hebrew. He began to teach me a little Greek. He began to teach me, show me a little Aramaic, a little Arabic. He began to show me a little bit of this and show me a little bit of that. But what I was seeking for intimacy. That's what I was seeking for. I was seeking to be one with the Creator. That's what I was looking for. No, I wasn't looking for no house. No, I wasn't looking for no car. No, I wasn't looking for no bank account full of money. I wanted intimacy. If I was dead, broke, living under a bridge, I wanted intimacy. I wanted to know who He was. And too many people wanted for too many other things. This day is short. That's how I came to know Yahweh. Through intimacy. Not through money, not through a car, not through a calling. I began to search and I began to seek. I wanted to know, who art thou? Who is this man that takes away the sins of the world? Who is this man that will let me into His paradise? Who is He? Yahweh is His name. Yod-Heh-Wah-Heh. I think we stopped in Deuteronomy 16. And I was reading 16 and 13 and 15. And I was reading to show you something. And I'm going to pick it up in Deuteronomy 16 and 14. And thou shalt rejoice in thy feast, thou and thy son and thy daughter, and thy manservant, thy maidservant, and thy Levite, the stranger, fatherless, and the widow that are within thy gates. 7 days shalt thou keep a solemn feast unto Yahweh thy Abba in the place which Yahweh shall choose, because Yahweh thy Abba shall bless thee in all thine increase and in all the works of thy hands. Therefore thou shalt surely rejoice. Now, when you read it in Deuteronomy, you miss a day because it's actually 8 days. So if you're reading it and you are a babe and somebody is directing you, not line upon line and precept upon precept to back it up with other scriptures, then you're going to argue. It's not 8 days, it's 7 days. But it is 8 days and not 7 days. Let us look. Let us look. And the reason why I brought you Deuteronomy because it does not mention the 8th day, which is a solemn assembly. It's a solemn assembly which is on the 8th day. Let us look at the book of Numbers. Let us look at Numbers 29. Numbers 29. Intimacy, people. That's why we on different levels, because different people seek Yahweh for different things. So because you seek Yahweh for different things, you're not going to have what I have. I'm not going to have what you have, because I didn't seek Yahweh for knowledge. You seek Yahweh for knowledge. So Yahweh added to my intimacy knowledge. He added to my intimacy wisdom, because I wasn't concerned with what you were concerned about. I wasn't concerned about debate. I wanted to know, could I be righteous? I wanted to know, could I stop being a whoremonger? That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know, could I leave the streets alone? That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know, could I get out of the streets? That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know, could I stop sleeping with women that wasn't my wife? That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know, could I put down the pistol? Could I put down the gun? I wanted to know, could I stop robbing? I wanted to know, could I stop harming people? I wanted to know, could I stop hurting people? See, you don't understand that I have a strong passion and desire for that man that's got a syringe dangling in his arm. I got a strong desire in me for that man and that woman that's got that stem, that crack pipe in their mouth. I got a strong passion for that man that's snorting cocaine, smoking cocaine. You know why? Because he getting it from another black man, since that was y'all like you, he getting it from another Hebrew out of his community that he look up to. Because everybody that get dope, they look up to the dope man. Yeah, the dope man is the big man. Know what they call him? He the plug. Now he the plug. Oh yeah, he the plug. He got all the weight, man. He the one, he got the bag, he holding the bag now. Y'all done created an idol, an image that y'all children growing up to worship. Your children growing up wanting to be dope dealers. Wanting to be strippers. So I got a problem. Because you still selling dope. Dope still being sold in your community. But y'all still talking about Quam, Yisrael, rise, Yisrael. How you gonna rise with dope in your veins? How you gonna rise as a drunk? How you gonna rise as a whoremonger? Filthy, nasty, dirty. Talking about rise. Who you gonna rise to? Baal? Nimrod? Asherah? Who you gonna rise to? Because you ain't rising to y'all. Y'all keep on talking about, oh, we gonna come together. Y'all ain't finna come together. The dope man not gonna let y'all come together till y'all do something about the dope man, I promise y'all. Dope man ain't gonna let y'all put him out of business without a fight. And most of y'all doing dope anyhow. Hebrews that's wearing garments. There's a lot of y'all wearing garments that snort cocaine, smoke rocks, do heroin, but you wearing garments. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. There's a realm. There's a realm where you naked. There's a realm where you ain't got no garment on. There's a realm where you have not been given a crown and a mitre and a robe. Do you understand me? There's a realm where you can't hide. Ma'am, sir, there's a realm where you can't hide. Believe this. I tried hide. There is no hide. So yes, all the Hebrews that's on there talking about, oh, we got to come together and oh, we're going to come together and we're going to do all this, we're going to come to do this stuff. Nowhere in the Bible do the Bible talk about us forming no military, first of all. Nowhere in the Bible do the Bible tells us that we're going to take back anything through a physical fight. Y'all show it to me. And you lying. Because any one of y'all show that mess to me, I'll go and show you that prophecy been fulfilled. Especially if you're talking about going in the first writings. Y'all finna raise up a nation of rogues that's already rogues. Y'all finna raise a nation of rapists. Y'all gonna raise a nation of pedophiles. Y'all gonna raise a nation of woman beaters, woman abusers. You know how I know you're gonna raise that? Because we already a nation of that right now and we ain't doing nothing about it. So when you start talking about you going to 12 tribes start coming together, it's going to still be in the 12 tribes. And when y'all get together in a whole big number like that, you're really not going to be able to do nothing because y'all going to be divided. So when you start fighting amongst each other, probably won't be none of y'all left alive. Probably everybody be left dead. We're going about things the wrong way. If you want to reach Yah, get on the path. Stay on the path. And the path will lead you and your children, your family, and your next door neighbor to Yah if they get on the path. The reason why I was telling y'all about the Deuteronomy, what I was telling y'all about Deuteronomy 16. Why when you read that, you need line upon line. This is what I'm trying to show y'all. A lot of people that parse the Bible think line upon line and precept upon precept is just reading verse after verse. It's parsing. If I'm in Deuteronomy, that's what I say, go to Numbers. If I'm in Numbers 29, they think line upon line is to read Numbers 29 to parse it from verse 1 to verse 40. No, that's not line upon line. That's not line upon line. Line upon line is what I'm finna do now because I'm finna straighten out something because some people holler at 7 days, some people holler at 8 days. Well, let's see what the book says in Numbers 29. Numbers 29 and verse 1 says this. And in the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. Unto you. So y'all saying, look, I'm celebrating y'all now. I'm celebrating y'all. You listen to the verse. You say this for you. I want to be a part of it. I want to be in on this here. I want to be in. So we do see it says blowing the trumpets unto you. Now, when you say blowing the trumpets, I really don't want to deal with it because besides that shofar, they had two trumpets. They had two silver trumpets, y'all. They had two straight trumpets. They blew them to call the people, or they blew one to call the elders, or they blew two to call the people, or I think, but they blew one to call all the heads, and they blew both of them to call the whole assembly of people together. Okay? Listen to verse 2. And you shall offer burnt offering for a sweet savor unto Yahweh, 1 young bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year without blemish, and their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3 tenth deals and bullocks, and 2 tenth deals. So the Bible starts telling us what Yahweh wants prepared at the feast. That's all he's telling y'all. Don't get crazy. Yahweh has a menu. You mean to tell me you say you love Yahweh, and you mean to tell me he created you and blew breath in your body, and he can't tell you what he wants on his menu?
Right.
But when y'all have a family reunion,
Come on.
y'all have a menu. Oh, we gonna have crabs. Oh no, we can't have crabs. Oh, we gonna have barbecue. Well, we have barbecue. It can't be pork ribs. It got to be beef ribs. See, y'all got all these specifications that you have, but when it comes to Yahweh, nothing about this book, nothing in this book that he says matters no more. It's all done away with. Let me check something. Because no matter how I feel, if I get out the pulpit, I normally be hurt. So, yeah, I don't want to be too long because I need to let my body heal. But listen, I'm going to skip down to, let's go down to verse 7. And you shall have on the 10th day of the 7th month a holy convocation, and you shall afflict your souls. You shall not do any work therein. What is that day? What is that day, wife? Atonement. Which in the Hebrew would be Day of Atonement, Yom Kippur. That's what that is talking about. Atonement. Let's continue. But you shall offer burnt offering unto Yahweh for a sweet savor, 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs of the first year. They shall be unto you without blemish. And their meat offering shall be of flour mingled with oil, 3/10 of deal and 2/10 deal of 1 ram. Now y'all just hang with me. Verse 12. Now verse 11. 1 kid of the goat for a sin offering, beside the sin offering, atonement, and the continual burnt offering, and the meat offering of it, and their drink offerings. That's what y'all say, pour out a little liquor to the dead. That's a drink offering. But not to the dead. You're pouring out your oblation unto Yahweh. Verse 12. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. Oh, you shall do no surreal work, and you shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. Yahweh said, I want y'all eating together 7 days. I want y'all eating good. I want y'all eating good. I want y'all to be so tight-knit to when y'all working in that kitchen and around that oven and them stove, y'all sliding and moving and grooving, and y'all moving like a machine. Ain't nobody arguing about nobody in nobody's way. Ain't not a time for nobody to get on nobody's nerves. Because everybody's going through a purification, a cleansing. That's why you went through Yom Teruah first, the blowing the trumpets, to let you know, look, it's time to clean up. You're filthy. You're dirty. You don't pick up too much. You don't pick up too much stuff. You pick up too much stuff through the years. You don't pick up too much stuff. Listen to the book. So we know what the 15th day is too also, don't we? We know what the 10th day is, so we know what the 15th day. What does the 15th day signify, people on the other side of that camera? That 15th day signifies what? The beginning of what? The feast of who? The Feast of Booths, on the 15th day of the 7th month. Listen to the book. Listen to the book. And on the 15th day of the 7th month, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no surreal work, and you shall keep a feast unto Yahweh 7 days. Okay, so now you got to count from the 15th day. You finna count 7 days. But I'm going to show you something. Verse 13, and you shall, no, I don't want to read that. I don't want to read that. Let's read verse 17. Okay. And on the 2nd day, you shall offer 12 bullocks. I'm going to stop right there. Let's go to verse 19. Let's go to verse 20. And on the 3rd day, 11. Go to verse 22. On the 4th day, 10 bullocks. Go to verse 26. On the 5th day, 9 bullocks. Let's go to verse 29. On the 6th day, 8 bullocks. Verse 32. On the 7th day, 7 bullocks. And verse 35. And on the 8th day, you shall have a solemn assembly. You shall do no soul work in it. So it's not 7 days, it's 8 days. It's 8 days. And it's not the end of the biblical calendar year. It is the end of the biblical agricultural year. It is the end. Because we saw that Abib, these are the beginning of your months. Because this is when I brought you out of the land of Mizraim. Okay, so it's not 7 days, it's 8. On the 8th day, you hold a solemn assembly. But you shall offer burnt offering, sacrifice made by fire. Made by fire of a sweet savor out of unto Yahweh, 1 bullock, 1 ram, 7 lambs in the first year without blemish. Their meat offering and their drink offerings for the bullock, for the ram, and for the lamb shall be according to their number after the manner. And 1 goat for a sin offering, besides the continual burnt offering, and his meat offering, and his drink offering. These things ye shall do unto Yahweh in your set feast, beside your vows. Look, this stuff is beside your vows. This beside what you offer, beside what you tithe, beside what you offer. This is beside those things. Look, you don't got to do it. I'm going to keep doing it because I keep getting. I don't want to say blessed, but I keep getting bestowed upon by y'all when I do what y'all say do. It say, and your free will offerings, listen what it say. These things you should do unto Yahweh and his set feast. Besides, not only, look, this ain't got nothing to do with the feast. Besides your vows, besides your free will offerings, for your burnt offerings, and for your meat offerings, and your drink offerings, and for your peace offerings. And Moses told the children of Israel according to all that Yahweh commanded. This ain't came out the mouth of Jesus. Right. This came out the mouth of Yahweh. Yes. This came out the mouth of Yahweh. This came out the mouth of Yahweh. And my Bible say that Yahweh cannot be tempted. That's right. But my Bible says Jesus was tempted. My Bible says Jesus was tempted. Go look in your Bible and see what it says. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. All right. Keep playing crazy. I ain't playing crazy. I'm not playing no game. I ain't playing no game. I want y'all to return to, let's go back, let's go to Deuteronomy 31. I think that's well. Don't want to get off my feet. Yes. What? And I want to read this again. 31. I want to start at 31 and 9. And Moses wrote this law and delivered it unto the priests, the sons of Levi, which bear the ark of the covenant of Yahweh, and unto all the elders of Israel. And Moses commanded them, saying, at the end of every 7 years. So we already see that the 7-year release is done in the time of the Feast of Tabernacles. So we see this, that this is the time that you make that release. Listen. It says, and Moses commanded them, saying, at the end of every 7 years, in the set time of the year of release, in the Feast of Tabernacles. So what is it saying, right? It's saying that this release is supposed to be done when? In the Feast of Tabernacles. It says, when all Israel is come to appear before Yahweh thy Abba in the place which he should choose, thou shalt read this law before all Israel in their hearing. Gather the people together, men, women, and children, the stranger that is within thy gates, that they may hear and that they may learn and fear Yahweh thy Abba, and observe to do all the words of this law. And the first thing we need to do when we have this solemn assembly is we need to start calling out sin. We need to start calling out. Yeah, this thing going out. We got to start calling out sin. We got to start calling out what it is. Prostitution. We got to start calling out drugs. We got to start calling it out. Parents out here on drugs. And the state got their children. No. You finna get your behind off this street because there ain't no more dope on our corners for you to get high off of. And you finna get your children back. You finna get your children back from the state, from the government. See, it's too much playing Israel going on. It's too many Hebrews playing Hebrew because you don't want to do what needs to be done. Get these sisters off dope who you selling dope to so they can get their children. Because some of these children that's in foster care got the cure for cancer. Some of these children that's in foster care got the cure for Alzheimer's. They got the cure for AIDS. They got the cure for HIV. You holding up progress. You're going to save everybody, but you're going to let the werewolf still run around. No, if the village going to be safe, we got to kill the werewolf. Right. If we want a safe village, stuff been killing our livestock, we as a village, we're going to go and we're going to start to hunt, and we're going to hunt whatever animal that is down that's been killing our livestock. We're going to hunt it down and we're going to kill it so we can have peace in our village, because we're not going to stand to lose another child. Y'all don't want to work. Y'all don't want to do this here. Y'all don't want y'all. So that's why I don't play, and that's why I don't bother with y'all, because this stuff y'all talking about, all this space illusion, all this stuff that sound good, that's why I don't play with y'all, because y'all play too much. And I don't play well with others, because I'm about my Father's business. Yes, sir. You get these brothers off the street, walking around him, breaking the people's cars, homeless, stealing, eating out of garbage cans, because they on dope. You riding around on rims and paint jobs and wearing red bottles and Gucci and Versace because you selling your own people dope. Come on. I know, because I used to be the lowest of the lowest. I used to be you. Well poop. Well doo-doo. I used to be the lowest of the low. That's why I can talk it. That's how I know it had to go. That's why I changed. Because I knew that had to be removed first. Because see, when you sneak outside or you sneak from the city you in, you can't be able to find no dope. You can't be able to sneak and find no dope nowhere. See, if they can't find no dope nowhere, then they can't do no dope. Let me see them go get the dope from the White House then. Let me see them go get the dope from City Hall then. Let me see them go get the dope out of the police memorial building then. Y'all don't understand what y'all doing? Y'all don't understand how to do it? Is it that difficult? The number one thing that's destroying us right now ain't the deceit. It's dope. It's addiction. If I can get a man's mind clear off of dope, y'all lead him to the light. Yes. Y'all make yourself known. Y'all make yourself known to him on dope. I done seen Yahweh done met y'all want to know about Yahweh met me at the last drop of a Hennessy bottle one time. It wasn't no more than Hennessy bottle. I turned around, I was sucking on it, and there Yahweh was talking to me. I'm like, what? What in the world? What? Man, I'm tripping. I know I'm tripping. I either need something else to drink, or I either need something else to smoke. Because that's how ignorant I was. Because Yahweh was reaching for me. Even at the last bit of that blunt that I threw down, Yahweh was at that last puff. He was there. He was talking. He was dealing with me. He was pressing me. He was pressing. He was pressing. I didn't understand why I would start crying. I didn't understand why I would start moaning and why I would start asking for help to help me. And everything was going my way. I was at the top of my game at this particular time. And Yahweh began to mash. He began to mash me. He began to press. He began to press. He began to prune me. But the only thing it took was me to be a willing vessel. And that I was, because I wanted to know his intimacy. Because I had done did just about everything under the sun and had lived. And had not contracted those diseases that I should have contracted. Escaped those narrow depths where I should have died. Listen to the book. Gather the people together, men, women, and children, and strangers within thy gates, that they may smart, hear, and that they may learn and feel who? Not me, but feel Yah, this Torah. See, y'all don't feel Torah. But I bet you when them stones start hitting upside your head, you'll feel Torah. Then I ain't even gonna go there. Let them stay right where I am. Listen. And fear Yahweh your Abba, and observe to do all the words of what? Of his teachings, his law. And that their children. See, I've been told y'all a long time ago that the sign Yahweh was looking for was our children. I told y'all this I told y'all this years ago, that the sign that Yah was looking for, that where Yahweh where he would turn back and face Israel, because right now he got his back turned as he facing the Gentile. What would make him turn was our children would begin to call on the name of Yah. Our babies, 1 month old, Yahweh, their first words, Abba, 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 Ima. Yahweh, listen to what the book say. Be between the lines. And that their children which have not known anything, may hear. From who they gonna hear from? They need to hear more than selling dope and dropping like it's hot. And learn to fear Yahweh your Abba as long as you live in the land whether you go over the Jordan to possess it. See, y'all gonna make the Jordan be somewhere over there in Africa, somewhere between here and there. But see, I had to cross the Red Sea. The Red Sea was inside. The Red Sea was here inside my mind. The Jordan that I had to cross inside my mind. Every place that they crossed and every wilderness that they went through, my wilderness experience was in my mind. It was in my mind. My mind is to be clear and obedient unto Yah. I don't need my flesh to be obedient unto Yahweh, because remember, my flesh can't do nothing without my mind. Watch. See this hand? Now there's a thought in my mind. I just performed the thought. I slapped myself. Now watch this here. See my hand? That thought ain't in my mind to slap me. So guess what I ain't doing? I ain't slapping me. I'm going to do this. Peace. Give y'all a peace signal. Peace. Because that's what my mind is telling my body to do. See, my body don't tell my mind what to do. My mind tell my body what to do. See, you were put on earth to take care of your body. Your body was not designed to take care of you. You were designed to take care of your body.
Yes.
I want to put that out there. I want to put that out there. And I'm gonna close now because I need to get off. I need to get off my leg.
Yes.
Yahweh has held me. Yahweh has kept me. But this is coming to the end of Feast of Tabernacles 5778. And as I said before, in the beginning, I botched it, but y'all will pick it up. Y'all will hear me. But I straightened it out. But anyway, when y'all want to build Israel, y'all gonna have to get that dope out your community. Do you hear what I say? Do you hear what I say? Because that dope, it is ruining your children from learning Yahweh. Read it to you one more time. Verse 4:13. And that their children which have not known anything. So if you ain't gonna know anything, then that means you open to everything. Because you don't know that. Well, if I come teach you about dope, then they're gonna think dope is the way. If I come teach them about robbing, they're gonna think robbing is the way. If I teach them college, they'll think college is the way. So I want y'all to go look around in your communities. And y'all look around in y'all worst areas in your communities where you live, where y'all move from, and look at what's trending. That's what's been taught. That's the first thing they was taught. And the first thing they was taught, they keep me teaching it. They keep me teaching it. That's why we occupy more space in the penitentiary in America than any other people. We got to return back to the laws and the statutes and the commandments of Yahweh, and it's going to make us disassociate with some of our family members, some of our closest friends, some of our best friends, some of our first friends, some of our day one friends. It's going to make us disassociate because they're going to want to keep doing dope, and they're going to want to keep selling dope, and they're going to want to say, can't nobody tell us what to do. And we're going to tell them, look, we building the nation. We building the nation of this book. And if you don't understand or want to read what it says, then you're going to be dealt with anyway. Because you're not going to have any protection. Because once this starts going down, Yahweh said, I will protect y'all. He said, I will protect y'all land when y'all come to serve me. I don't want to get into anything else. I just wanted to straighten out the end of the year. I gave y'all that when we started in Exodus 34, 12 and 22, about what they call the end of the year. Then we went to Exodus 12 and Deuteronomy 16, showing that the biblical year, agricultural year, they are different. And then there's still several other things that's still going on while that's going on. So I thank you for lending us your eyes and your ears, for lending Yahweh your eyes and your ears. And we thank you for patronizing with myself and my wife, True Storehouse, Soul Seed Ministry, Kingdom Headquarters. We thank y'all. We thank you very much. And you guys, you are continually in our prayers. So for anybody that says, pray for me, anybody that's connected to this ministry, you get prayed for every day. It ain't a day that you don't get prayed for. You get prayed for every day in this ministry. I promise you, you get prayed for every day. You get prayed for in this ministry. Okay? That goes without saying. So we say, we love you, we love you. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. And we will be closing out of our Feast of Tabernacles really, really soon. So I will see you guys tomorrow around 11 or 12. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. That thing went off about 2 times.